Hello and welcome to Knit All the Yarn podcast. My name is Lisa and I'm coming to you from Michigan. And this is episode 281. Got my coffee in my Swifty mug because I have my Taylor Swift shirt on today. Pumpkin spice creamer. And today is November 15th, 2024, Friday, and it is 8:57 a.m. This is my YouTube channel where I share my knitting, crocheting, cross stitch, whatever crafty thing I'm up to. You can find me on Instagram and Ravelry as 72 Stitches. And I will have all of the show notes right down there in the description box. All the links to all the things, bags, yarns, patterns, my Ravelry group, my email, my link to my Instagram, all that good stuff. I have 2 finished objects and 4 works in progress. The blankets came back out. The blankets came back out? That doesn't sound right. The blankets have made their appearance. It is now getting cold and cozy, so I've been working on my blankets. I have, I think, 2 new whips from last week, and one is a finished object. You never even seen it cast on, so yeah. What else do I say in the beginning here? I'll have my reading and watching in my show notes. We need to talk about one thing before we get started here, about the Nitpicks felici. I've got so many messages. Lisa, felici is out. So I, ran to go see. And I have to be honest, I'm not a fan of the colors this time. I think it's funny that one of the colorways is named Lisa. That I feel like Nitpicks is trying to, redeem themselves. Or try to, apologize for removing it from me. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to buy any of it. I've been buying a lot of yarn recently, and I feel like I need to chill for a bit. If I buy any colors, it might be the Lisa one, but I don't know. My excitement for felici is gone. It's gone. I was like, oh, felici's out. Let me go look. I wasn't even excited, so I don't know. But if you were looking for some self-striping yarn, I like it. Nitpicks hurt me. And I don't know if I can ever go back. We'll see. If it sticks around and they do another, they used to do releases twice a year, in the fall and in like summer maybe? Yeah, June. It used to be. I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll see if they're just... I'm interested to purchase it again to see if it's the same exact base. I am curious about that. But I really don't need any more yarn. For reals. I mean, yeah, November it's been bad. I've been buying lots of yarn and I need to stop. So we'll see. Maybe if there's a really good Black Friday deal, I don't know. Maybe I'll get some stroll for some shawls. I don't know yet. So thank you to everyone that has messaged me about the felici. If you have not heard, it is in their shop. Go ahead and check it out. There's a lot of orange and yellows this time. It feels like every colorway has orange and yellow in it, which seems a bit odd, but anyway, that is my feel on felici. Maybe it'll change. Maybe it's just the current mood I'm in. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, I guess we can start it. I feel like I'm forgetting something, but let's just keep going here. All right. Finished object number 1. I believe I had these cast on last time. Actually, I need to go back to look at my notes because this is pair, I think 77. Yes, pair 77. It said it was a whip. I don't know where I was. Did I have one sock done? Don't know. So this is Freckled Whimsy, the Christmassy Club from October 2024. And this is You, Me, and the Christmas Tree. And I have them on DK weight. So I used a US 3. Chiaogoo red lace needle. I think that's a 3.25. Not sure. I did 10 rows of 2x2 rib. Knit 2, purl 2. I used the mini for the heels. I did not for the toes because it was kind of, no, it wasn't close. It was to start the second sock to match. I didn't want to cut out a whole bunch, so that's what I did. So they do match. And I did 48 stitches, and I used the DK weight vanilla sock pattern by the Crazy Sock Lady. Pair 77. I started these November 6th, and I finished them November 8th. DK weight socks, it takes me like 2 days. Honestly, 2 days. One sock one day, one sock the next day. I love that it's the 48 stitches on the bigger needles. It just makes them fly. Even the heel flap and gusset, those go by pretty quick. So yep, I have one more skein of the Christmassy Club, and then I've knit them all, and then I could start doing scrappy socks if I wanted. Ooh, that sounds like fun. Scrappy TK socks with Christmassy yarn. All right, and this is pair 78. And this is the one that I cast on, and I'm like, oh, other whips are gonna move aside because I absolutely love these. They are dark and moody. So this I showed in the skein last week. It was Freckled Whimsy, Woodsy, and this is the Yarn of the Month Club from November. So I've knit. So I knit them in the month that I got them. I love that. So I'm gonna try to do that with the Freckled Whimsy. The heels, totes, and cuffs were the mini. It's a nice dark brown. I thought it was the same color as this brown, but it is not. It's really, really close. It's a little bit darker. I did 64 stitches, and for all of my fingering weight socks, because I do have more of them in my whips, 64 stitches. I do 15 rounds of 2x2 rib. US 1.5, 2.5 millimeter. 2.5? I didn't say 2.25, did I? 2.5 millimeter needle. And I use the vanilla socks on Magic Loop by Kay of the Crazy Sock Lady. They match. Love them. Oh, these are so good. These aren't usually my colors, but I don't know, something about those browns. And there is like a little bit of green in there for me. And this is kind of like a browny green. Oh, I love that. So yeah, I started these and I couldn't stop. So I didn't, and I just finished them, even though I had a sock whip on my needles that I was supposed to finish first, but it's okay. They'll get done. I started these November 9th and finished them November 13th. And this is 78 for the year. Keep on going. We still have like 6 more weeks. Do we have 6 more weeks of the year left? Or like 7? Dang. That's it, 2024, poof, gone. All right, that is all of my finished objects. Yep. Oh, I also have to say, I don't have any stash enhancement this week. Last week it was a lot. I'll show my next cast on, which I think I showed last week, but I'll show it again at the end here. feel like I have to show you some kind of yarn, right? All right, we got my matchy. I also have my my Taylor Swift cardigan here. I was wearing it, but it got warm, so it's there just in case. Also, side note, I don't know if you could see my arm. You see that yellow bee patch right there? This is not, there we go. You see that? I injured myself last weekend while cleaning. Get that, you know, I mean, maybe that's the world telling me to stop cleaning. I was carrying something up the stairs, probably a laundry basket or something, and I hit my arm on the railing, and I'm like, ooh, that hurt. Ouch. And I was like, oh no, I scraped myself, so I'm like, I'm gonna bleed everywhere, but I'm like, oh, it didn't do that. Okay. And then later in the evening, I'm taking my shower, and the bruise was like, like that. I'm like, ooh, okay, I know where that bruise came from. You know, sometimes I'm like, where did this bruise come from? But I knew exactly where that one came from. But anyway, side note, matchy. Love it. I love Taylor Swift. This is Molly Klein Designs. This was a whip last time, so you've seen these, but I do have a half-finished object for these. I feel like these will be done today or tomorrow. We'll see how if I get distracted. My next whip, oh my goodness, I am so excited for that. I started it and I'm like, ooh, I just want to work on that. But I'm like, we need to finish these. So this is Ruby and Roses. And it is the Lover colorway. And this is the 70, or not 75, this is 85-15. Superwash merino nylon base. I love it. It's very soft. It's plump and juicy. So here we are. Here's the first sock. And I like to take my markers off of this sock and put it on the next sock so you can tell where I am. On the second sock, same needles, Chiaogoo red lace needles, 32-inch cord. I'm not doing anything, no different color for heels, toes, and cuffs. I'm just using the whole thing. It's a beautiful rainbowy. Oh, I just love it. So there we are. That is the first sock. I'll take off the blocker because I need to put it back in my bag. And here is the second sock. I'm on 54 rows of the leg. I like to do 70. Isn't that a fly in here? There's a fly in the house. Nice. At least it's not a spider, I guess. So, magic loop. Yeah, same thing. Chiaogoo needles. 64 stitches. I do have I linked a video down below about my markers and why I do that, if you're curious. So yeah, I like to take them off the first sock, put them on the second sock. It's motivating, and to make sure they're the same size. I don't think I have anything else to say about these, but they will be done. You know, it's not very common for me to show a whip and not have it done the next time. So this one is a 2-episode whip, but it will be done. It would have been done if I didn't get those Woodsy socks out, but I couldn't help myself. Yep, so there we are. I feel like these will be done pretty soon. I will try to focus on them today. Maybe cast on a new sock, because I only have 2 sock whips. And this is like pretty much done already. All right, whip number 1. Whip number 2. Bags by Awesome Granny. This has a little story behind it. So I found a new to me podcast. I know she watches, so we'll see. She's probably gonna get really excited. I know I always get excited when people mention my podcast. It's like, ooh, I feel famous. So we got the Ruby and Roses. This was the mini set that I showed last week. Happy Place. The pinks. So I've been watching Therapy by Craft, and her name is Eunice. I hope I'm saying that correctly. I was very thankful for her in her Instagram. She has her pronunciation of her name, and I'm like, thank you. So, hi Eunice. I know you're watching. She's been doing a lot of fraternal socks. Now, apparently I've done them in the past and haven't realized it, kind of. She posted a video on like how she does it, and she's just, I mean, I'm losing my words here. I watched her, she started like a year ago, and then she took like a break, and she started her podcast up again in the summertime. So I started there, watched every single episode, and yes, she's the best. So I will link her Instagram and her, definitely her YouTube channel. I don't know if I have her Instagram down there, but it's Therapy by Craft is her Instagram. I will link her channel right down below there. At the very, very end of my show notes, I have YouTube channels that I watch. So if you're looking for new YouTube channels, check it out. But yes, she has inspired me to do some fraternal socks, so we're going for it. She mentioned different ways to knit socks fraternally. Fraternally, is that a word? I don't know. So I am taking this 8 color mini skein set. I'm gonna knit one sock with all the stripes, and then the second sock I'm gonna go in the reverse order. I know she mentioned this for like self-striping, you could do this, and I think I'm gonna do that with my Freckled Whimsy Advent. It's split in 2 cakes, but I think I'm gonna go from opposite ends. Let's see what happens. I don't know. I have the DK weight one, so I feel like I'm not gonna get all 24 stripes in one sock. I mean, that's a lot. I mean, they might go up to my knees. Maybe not, but pretty close. I don't know. I know, like this sock, it takes 10 stripes from a foot. So if it's the same row gauge as like her Christmassy clubs, that means I'm gonna have to do 14 stripes for the leg. And I think this is 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, this is 8. If you're not counting my rib, it's 8 stripes. I did get the mini for the heels, toes, and cuffs. So, I don't know. Maybe we'll just experiment. But I like the idea of having like the different colorways for the foot on each sock, so we'll see more of the colorway. I don't know. That's what I'm thinking about. Fraternal Advent socks. We'll see. All right. Sidetracked. I'm going to try to get all my minis out here. I absolutely love these colorways. Oh. I think after I showed them last week, I immediately kicked them up, and I mean, look at these. So I laid them all out. I took a picture. So I'm gonna do one sock, and then I will do the second sock. I'm not gonna do them tandem like I usually do, but I feel like with the order, I'm gonna mess it up if I don't have the first sock done. So and here's what I got. So the second sock, this color will be right before the toe on the second sock. So when I cast on the next sock, whatever color is on the toe or by the toe, that's where I'm gonna start out. I know, I don't feel like I'm not making sense, but look at these. So I'm doing 8 rows per color, and I have 8 minis. Look at that. Didn't do that on purpose, but I had this is Dragon Horde yarns in my stash. I don't know what the colorway name is. I feel like it's Umbridge. I feel like it's a Harry Potter color, but I feel like it was like perfect for all these pinks. It's not the same, but it's really, really close. Oh. So these are going to be a gift. I'm doing 64 stitches. Same thing, 2.5mm needles. I really, really want to work on these. Something about just doing 8 stripes or 8 rows, and it's like, ooh, next color, next color. I'm going to do 5 stripes for the leg, and I think 10 stripes for the foot. I don't know, I'll have to go look at my notes. For my friend's foot size, I think that's what it was, for 8 rows stripes. Oh, I love these. So once I have both of the socks done, I think you'll understand my fraternal thing that I'm doing. I know Eunice is like, yes, I know what you're talking about. Some people were like, what? So they'll match, but they'll go in opposite orders. So we'll see how they turn out. If I like it, I might continue with the scrappy socks like that. So there we are. That is whip number 2 that you have not seen yet. Whip number 3. It's in a bag now, but I feel like if it gets, as it gets bigger, it will not be in here. This is the bag that my mom made for me. Dr. Seuss. And I went ahead and cast on my, oh, I'm not sure, I'm not supposed to show this one first. That's fine. We're gonna show it anyway. This was supposed to be my last whip. Oh well. I cast on my Cozy Comfort Throw. I showed you the bear yarn that I got last week. And I'm like, cast on. I kicked up a skein. Kind of tangled here. So I'm holding 2 strands of fingering weight together. Tried to untangle myself. I don't think I'm doing a very good job. Here we go. So I did a magic knot ball of some random scraps. And then I have my bear yarn that I got from Nomad, K-N-O-M-A-D. I don't know if they're still having their sale, but last week when I showed this, you could get 500 grams of this fingering weight, 75.25 for $22.50. I'm not joking, okay? 500 grams. I know some of you are like, I ran to go get that. And it's a really, now that I'm working with it, it's really nice base. I can't describe what it like reminds me of. I want to say maybe Mustache, maybe Freckled Whimsy. I don't know, but it is beautiful. Highly recommend. And if I ever need more bear yarn, I'm getting it from there from now on. So yep, I'm holding these 2 together. Doot doot. I'm really loving how this is turning out. Right now it just looks like a snake or a worm. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. A curly worm. Maybe that's the episode title. Curly worm. I got my stitch marker from Twin Mountain Handcrafts, my little coffee cup. So here we are. Look at how it just, that white bear yarn just like muted all the colors. Oh, it's beautiful. So when I use up the bear skein, I will magic knot that to another one and just keep going. And same thing with the scrap one. When I use it, I will make another one and go to town. So, modifications. I think I'm using a US 8. I think that's what the pattern said. I think. Oh, for real. I always pick the right needle and then I don't. Yes. US 8, 5.0 millimeter. I don't remember where I got these, but I bought these probably like summertime. I know I bought them on an Etsy shop, but oh, they're little Game Boys with Tetris. of it. I cast on modifications. I cast on 220-ish. I haven't counted. I think when I cast on, I did my I-cord cast on, I did like 226 or 25. I don't remember. It's around 220 to 225 probably. I did an I-cord cast on of 3 stitches, and then I just did my I-cord for 220 some stitches, and then I picked them all up on the side, and then I'm just knitting, knit, knit, knit. And after every row, at the end of every row, I'm slipping 3 stitches with yarn in front for at the end of every row. So it's giving it's carrying the I-cord up, and it's going to be on both sides. This side is a little wonky because it's where I started my cast on, but it's there, I promise. So that's what I'm doing. And now I'm just gonna knit forever until I think it's big enough. This is Cozy Comfort Throw by Homespun House. I don't know if I said that. I do have a Ravelry project page for this, and that will be linked down below there. And I'll have all my modifications that I made if it didn't make sense. Though I don't know if I explained it well in my notes, but yep. So then when I'm finished the blanket, I'm going to do an I-cord bind off, and the blanket will be done. I believe the blanket the pattern has you at the very end pick up stitches and do a I-cord like attachment of some kind. I'm like, no, we're not doing that. This was a lot easier. Yes, that I-cord was kind of took a while to make, but I used DPNs when I did my I-cord so that I could just slide it instead of knit, put it back on the needle, knit. So I just knit, slide, knit, slide. So I didn't have to do that. But here we are. Now the thing I've noticed with Chiaogoo needles with the bigger needles, these are fixed, I believe. Yes. They are kind of noisy when you're knitting with them. There's a lot of, it doesn't bother me, but my husband does not like it very well. So my plan was like to work on this on the evenings, but he didn't seem too happy with me. Maybe he was just having a bad day. I don't know, but so maybe I'll have to work on it for like a half hour during the day or something so I can make some progress. Or just say, sorry, I have to knit the yarn that I bought. All right, and that is that. Whip, I think that's it. And my foot is really falling asleep because we are a half hour in and I forgot to move my foot. Okay, I got one more whip. I did not bring my needles down. I just brought the blanket. This is The Coziest Memory by Kemper Ray. I'm doing a DK weight version. So I'm using US 4s, 3.5 millimeter. I'm doing 20 stitches by 20 stitches. So it's pretty much the same exact thing as my original Cozy Memories, which is just fingering weight. I'm just holding fingering weight double for this. I'm using the same amount of stitches. So my squares are a lot bigger, but I did get this back out, and oh, this is going to be so nice and squishy. I'm doing 12 squares across, and I think I'm on row 11 right now, so it's almost like a perfect square. I have no idea how far I'm going to go. You guys remember this? Those have been with me a while. I put this in hibernation like May. Probably May or April. So there's another Twin Mountain Handcrafts. We got some books. This is the first square I did. I like to keep track of how many squares I do in November, so then I can add them in my grams out. So far I've done 7. So I did 1 square for every day this week, but I did not do them like that. I think I did 3 on Saturday. And then Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. No, that's not right either. Because I remember doing this one yesterday. Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday. Maybe there's one day I didn't do one. I don't know, whatever. So here we are. I am weaving my ends in as I go, but I wait until I have 4 squares. So the top row has the tangly strings. And right now I'm using the Amy from Happy Little Yarn sent me a birthday advent. She made up a Taylor Swift advent for me with some random minis, so that's what I'm using right now. And then I will use the rest for like scrappy socks. Each square is about 8 grams of yarn. And yeah, I don't think I have anything else. Just that I finished 7 squares. I would like to do at least a square a day, but we'll see. I don't know. I'm not gonna do any tomorrow. So maybe on Sunday I'll do 2. I'll do 1 today. I was gonna do 1 before I recorded and I picked up my socks instead. So here we are. I will be picking up the edge and doing a I-cord border on it. We'll see how far I get, or I'll figure that out when I get there, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Love this blanket. It's really heavy. It's gonna be like a nice weighted blanket. And this was my Christmas Eve cast on from this year, so I got this much done already. And that's with putting it in hibernation for, let's see, May, June, July, August, September, October. That's like 6 months. I got all this done from January to May. Wow, not bad. So that's all of my whips. Okay, I'll show you my next cast on. I think I showed this last week, but we'll show it again because I think I'm going to cast it on today. Did I show this last week? Do you remember? You probably remember. I don't. This is the West Yorkshire Spinners. This is the colorway for this year, their holiday color. It's called Yuletide. Oh, that reminds me. Yuletide. That's something else we need to talk about. So this is the colorway for this year. I've seen it already knit up and it's like, ooh, I gotta knit this. So I think this might be my last Christmas skein. Besides the Freckled Whimsy. Maybe I have one more. I'll have to go dig, but yeah. That will probably be a whip next week. All right, the Yuletide. The Bakery Bears, I think it's KF Jones, released a new pattern for Advents. It's called the Yuletide Scarf, and I am tempted. So it's made for an Advent. You need a main color and then all of your minis. I believe it's fingering weight held double, and it's a scarf you knit in the round. It's like a tube. You just knit a tube. And then you Kitchener one end closed, and then you do like a whip stitch at the cast on edge. And then you add some fridge if you want. And I'm like, I want to make that so bad. I have an Advent. I don't know if I'm going to use that. I mean, you could use scraps with this thing. You don't even have to have an Advent. So I just wanted to point that out. I saw that on Instagram yesterday and immediately purchased it. I did not have... I had to purchase a new needle because it was a US 7. And when I'm knitting in the round, I do have Chiaogoo interchangeable needles. I have the 4-inch tips and the 5-inch tips, but the 4-inch tips with the cord, it doesn't feel the same as like a regular 16-inch cord. I don't know what it is, if the needles are a little bit smaller, but it's awkward and it's uncomfortable for me. So, yeah, it's probably kind of a waste that I bought 4-inch needles for that, but I do use them with my shawl sometimes, so. So I don't know. It feels weird for me. I don't know. Has anybody else experienced that? So I just went ahead and bought a set of needles. It's okay. If I really like this project, like I think I'm gonna, I might make more than one. So it will be worth the new needle purchase. I think it's US 7s. So yeah, it's gonna be really squishy because it's DK, or it's fingering weight L double. It's kind of like my blanket. I'm like, they have perfect stripes, so you could use, and I feel like this might be doable for some people, because if you're holding your 20 gram together with itself, I think the pattern says she got like 20 rows of each color. I feel like that's doable, and you can use up pretty much all of it. I thought it was awesome. So Yuletide scarf by the Bakery Bears, KF Jones. Check it out. Yeah, I kind of want to go scrappy with mine, but we'll see. Oh, hi, squirrel. Check out the squirrel. Don't mind me. Aw, he's so cute. He's staring at me. Having fun on my roof. Oh, now he's scratching himself. Okay, bye-bye. Don't mind me. Checking out the squirrel friend. Okay. So that's that. I think we have reading and watching and life stuff. Reading. I finished The Grey Wolf by Louise Penny. So good. Loved it. I am still reading Harry Potter #3, Prisoner of Azkaban. I think that's #3. Reading that on my Kindle. The Grey Wolf, I did an audiobook. I am still reading the Tandem read. I bet you guys are so sick of me saying this. Empire of Storms, Tower of Dawn, Throne of Glass series. Still reading those. And watching. My husband and I finished The Twilight Zone, the 2002 version, I think. That's on Tubi. We watched like the first half. My husband said we watched the first half, so we're taking a break. I don't know. I want to go and watch like the 1961. I think I convinced him that we can do that. So we just have to figure out where we left off, because we started that a long time ago and then we quit for some reason. Either something else came on that we wanted to watch, or my husband was tired of it, or they took it off Netflix. I don't know. One of those. But I love the black and white movies and TV shows. I just love them. They're the best. So we'll have to figure out where we left off. And I think that's where we're going. I don't know. We'll wait and see. And we're still watching Deep Space Nine. I feel like we're almost done with the series, but I don't know. I had, so now we're going to talk about life stuff here. I had the house to myself for like almost 4 days last week, and it was the best thing ever. I absolutely loved it. I know there are some people who are like, oh, I can't stay home by myself. I get stir crazy. It's like, no. It's like, I get the TV. I get to pick what I want to watch. I don't have to cook for everybody. I mean, I still have to wash dishes, and obviously hurt myself and still do my chores and whatnot. So yeah, it's so nice to be able to clean when everybody is out of the house. I don't know what it is about trying to like mop, clean the bathroom. Laundry's fine, but you know, like sweeping and mopping and cleaning the bathroom, it just makes it so much more pleasant to be able to do it and, you know, have the floors dry before, you know, people ever start walking on it. And clean the bathroom and let it, you know, soak a little bit before somebody else has to use the toilet, you know? I'm sure a lot of you guys understand what I'm talking about, but... So yes, I had glorious nights of restful sleep because nobody was moving and stealing the covers and snoring. I slept fine. I slept so good. Yeah. And then he came back, and then it was an adjustment for a while, for a few days. I slept pretty good last night, but man. I've tried earplugs. I can't wear them. They hurt. They're uncomfortable. I've tried many brands of earplugs. I had the fan on, but oh man, his snoring it's getting out of control, guys. At least the first night he came back, probably because he was exhausted. And as soon as his head hit the pillow, snoring instantly, and I'm like, oh my word, for real. I usually try to go to bed before him, because it usually takes me like 20 minutes to fall asleep. So I'm usually reading until it's like, okay, I'm sleepy. And then if I fall asleep before he does, usually, like 9 times out of 10, I can usually sleep through his snoring. Now, if I get woken up by something, then it's it. It's over. Yeah. So yes, I had a very awesome 4 days to myself. I had so much knitting. That is when I binge watched all of Therapy by Craft episodes. And then I pretty much just watched all of my YouTube channels. I could not find anything on Netflix to watch, or Tubi, or Freebie. I couldn't find anything. Nothing looked good. So I'm like, I guess I'm just watching YouTube all weekend. And that's pretty much what I did. I knit and watch YouTube. And after watching all that YouTube, I really, really want the YouTube Premium because, oh my goodness, the ads are annoying. I don't know if they knew that I was watching a lot, so they like put more ads in them, or if it's whatever the channels decide to do. I know sometimes that's some channels like, I don't care. Put 20 ads in a video that's an hour long. So yeah, I don't really have anything else. I'm gonna cast on those Christmas socks. I'm gonna keep working on my blankets. Definitely gonna finish those lover socks, Ruby and Roses. Those are gonna be done. That's like my one main focus. I already talked about Felici. I don't think I have anything else. Life stuff wise. It was glorious to have all those days off, and I miss it, and I kinda want more of them. If you did not watch my last episode, my husband and my kids went to Texas for a wedding, and I don't like airplanes. I mean, I guess I can't say that. I've never been on an airplane, but it freaks me out, so I said I'm staying home. The wedding was on his side of the family. Anyway, I wouldn't have sent my husband and my kids to like somebody's on my side of the family's wedding. Yeah, you go. You guys go and have fun. Like, I don't know any of these people. Yeah, I think that's it. We're at 44 minutes. I feel like there was something else I was gonna say, but I can't remember. So thanks for all of the comments last week. Yeah. If you, thanks for watching. I guess we'll just end this. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. If you have any questions or comments, put them right down there. I love reading them. You can also email me if you feel free to email me. I'm knitalltheyarn podcast at gmail.com. I think that is. It's down there. I check it every so often. Yes, I hope you're all doing well, and hopefully I will see you next week. Bye.